I'm sure you do.
Been missing this. Haven't even been downstairs in 2 weeks. I was excited. There's Facebook. See, we can use Instagram because there's two of us.
I know. How about that one time we were able to do it like once?
I know. For some reason, like the three-person thing worked one time. I don't know why.
They're adding to the number of mysteries we have with
For real.
social media.
Hello, MacLaw55 and McMahon 09 and Maddie Bell 96. Happy Monday. We are early.
Is it Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. Sorry, Mike.
So I was supposed to have my follow-up with my surgeon, and I thought we thought it was tomorrow, and it was today. They called like, "Where are you?"
Oh gosh.
We thought it was Tuesday because it would have been 2 weeks from my surgery.
Right. Yeah.
But it was today, so now I got to go in next Monday because I missed it. Or wah. I was hoping they'd tell me I could run. No, they probably weren't going to tell me that. But.
No, they probably were not.
I've been walking on the treadmill, though. I've walked 4 miles a day for the last 5 days. I probably shouldn't, but taking a long time at all. Okay, let's do this. Let's podcast. Let's do listener questions. Even though I lied and it says we're going to talk about your trip. All right. Here.
Yes, this makes you a liar.
You don't lie all the time, and the title's gone that we're talking about. Make stuff. That's just that's a educated guess.
It's a placeholder.
It is a placeholder. Yes, very much a placeholder. All right, here we go. I missed this. Okay, here we go. Scott's getting on the Wonder today. Lucky dog.
That's fun.
Let's see if he's on it yet. Yeah, let's look real quick. He's in San Diego. Yep. The B Street Pier and Cruise Ship Terminal. He's not on a ship yet, doesn't look like. Looks like he's at the port. All right, here we go. 2854. Why am I nervous? Like I haven't done a podcast in like 2 weeks. I'm kind of nervous. All right, here we go. Welcome to episode 2854 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. So glad to be back here in the studios. It's been a minute, and we're here to talk some Disney, and we're going to throw you really off because we're going to answer some listener questions on a Friday to get you ready for the weekend. I know it should have been on Wednesday, but Wednesday it was Scott and I talking about just some stories from past vacations that we recorded actually a couple of weeks ago when I had my entire small intestine still intact. Right now I'm about 4 or 5 inches short there in that department, but I'm back and glad to be here in the studios, man. I have missed podcasting. But more importantly, I've missed my friends, Pam Forrester. She's been down in the peninsula down there, Florida, having a good time, actually working down there. But much better to work in Florida than Pittsburgh this time of year. Pam Forrester, co-owner for Less Travel. One of my dear friends. So glad to talk to you again. What's up, Pam? Happy Friday. What's going on?
I'm so glad to be back, first of all. And so if you lost 4 or 5 inches, though, doesn't your small intestine like stretch out to like go around the world or something, basically?
Okay, so I'm always, I should have saved this for Mike in the Midwest, but this will be, a Patreon non-exclusive. This will be a freebie for everybody. So, you get woken up from the surgery, right? The surgeon, I know where, first of all, they're like, they wake, I don't even know. Like Pam tells me, like when they woke me up, they're like, does your husband always wake up swinging? I'm like, okay. Because I felt like I got stabbed because they couldn't do it laparoscopically, big old scar incision stuff right down the middle, cut me, all that. But my surgeon, he's an Ironman, right? So he's a runner. He's done all these Ironman. He's like a big, he's ultra marathoner, all this stuff. So we have a relationship already, like talking a couple times before the surgery. He's a cool dude. But he tells me after the surgery, he's like, oh, dude, I had the one thing down your throat. He's like, and I couldn't reach the couple of the spots. He's like, so I had to take he's like, picture like a spaghetti noodle. He's like, I had to thread the thing for like 10 feet. I'm like, you don't need to tell me all that. I'm like, dude, 10 feet. I'm like, he's like, yeah. He's like, you're going to be a little sore for a while. I'm like, oh my God. So there you go. So, I mean, it must be long because he's telling me, he's like, yeah, he's like, the one doctor was down low. I was like, he was up high. I was like, man, I was getting worked over. So I'm still sore 2 weeks later because I was getting worked over by two
well,
dudes.
they aren't soft when they do those things.
Apparently, because I'm still taking painkillers, 2 weeks later because it was I feel like I got Mike Tyson like right there, still right in the.
We're glad to have you back in one piece, even though there is a piece of you that is gone.
It's three.
One small piece.
They took out 3 small pieces. They took out 3 sections, but it's all good. I mean, it's the weight loss. It's not like that. So we're all good, and on the road to recovery. Should be running again. That's the whole thing is I can't run right now, so I'm in I've been walking on the treadmill, like that little 6 button. Can't touch it, and it's driving me crazy. It's a sad thing. But
you'll make it.
I know. And congratulations to everybody that ran in the Princess races this past weekend. Because we're recording then. Man, you guys killed it. The great runs, dodged the rain in the 10K, the great costumes, and looked like everybody had a great time. And we have to say, again, we're going to spend some time on this Sunday night, but condolences to the Galloway family. Jeff passing suddenly last week. Jeff Galloway had a huge impact. I mean, I posted this on social media when it happened. I mean, obviously with the Lizards and personally with myself, I would have never become a marathoner, a half marathoner without Jeff. I mean, he truly changed the lives of so many folks that I know myself because he opened the door to everybody. He told everybody that you could. He got everybody to the finish line, gave you the permission to walk and not just run, because before him, I thought if you're going to be a runner, you have to run constantly the whole time. And he said, you have permission. You can walk during a race. It was okay for you to walk a little bit. And I thought, well, that's not really how running works. And no, you got these little walk breaks, walk, run, walk, run. And I was like, oh, that makes sense a little bit. I'm going to try that. And that got me to my first marathon in 2015. And then, ever since I've use that method here and there. And, it got me to a bunch of marathons. And he was just such a polite gentleman that would always take the time to talk to everybody. He was an Olympian, so many marathons, over 200 marathons. But more than that, he was just a better person and just always cheering for everybody, even though, he was an Olympian. Think about it, the small percentage of people that are marathoners, but Olympians. I mean, that is just, what a testimony that he had time for everybody and he was there cheering everybody at those finish lines. He didn't have to be there. And what a great gentleman. He's going to be so missed. And I'm just so glad that I got to talk to him a few times. He gave me some encouraging words. And this Sunday night, we're going to have an open line, and I hope that you'll call in and share maybe how Jeff Galloway impacted your life. Maybe
what a life well lived.
Seriously.
Right. The impact that he had, I don't know that you can ask for much more at the end of your life if you have the opportunity to know that you made an impact on people's lives in a positive way. I think it's truly a blessing when you think about it. There's really no other way to describe it. And I think he was probably put here to do that, and to know that he fulfilled to know that you fulfilled what you were supposed to do is a pretty huge accomplishment. So, sending love to his family and everyone who cared about him and loved him. I'm sure this is a very hard time for them, but I hope that they have the opportunity to really reflect on the positive influence that he was. So
I agree. I've been thinking about that, just kind of expanding on that just for 1 second, because we are going to answer some listener questions here. But when you think about it, Pam, we can really relate to this. And Mike Scopa wrote a post here about our good friend that we know from years ago, Masayo, our good friend from Japan. He wrote a Substack a couple of days ago, the other day, that I read, and I thought it was really well said about, you go to a place like Walt Disney World for the first time. Years ago you passed into your first Disney park. I don't know whether it was Walt Disney World for the first time or Disneyland. It was Walt Disney World for me. And at first you see it at, the theme park level. You see rides, you see snacks, you see characters, and you see stuff like that. But if on that day you could look back and see, wow, how is this going to change my life in the long term? I mean, think about it. You're a business owner that employs many people that are earning their living because of something, because you walked into a theme park, decades ago. Same for me. I'm doing something totally a 180 of what I have my master's degree in. I have a degree in elementary education. Now I'm working, helping people plan magical vacations that they're making memories, the best days of their lives when they go to these places. I get to do a podcast. I love this. It's my favorite thing in the world. It's about the relationships though. I've met my best friend there. I've been in weddings for our listeners that I consider dear friends. I mean, but it boils down to relationships. And Jeff could have been a gatekeeper because he was an Olympian, right? He had the right stuff when it came to running, and he could have kept that to himself because he was an elite runner. I mean, he was the elitist of runners. He was the fastest of the fast, but yet he came out to the slowest of us, right? I mean, most of us were not even really runners, but he hung out with us and made us believe we could hit a finish line, and we did. And I mean, it's one of those things. He was the opposite of a gatekeeper. He opened the doors, but it was all about relationships. And I think for us, like this whole Disney thing, I mean, it's loosely why we're all together, and I think that's what this podcast is all about. But I mean, the bottom line is it's relationships. And I love that we can all talk about Disney and the snacks and the rides and the parades and the cruise ships and all that stuff. That gives us something fun to talk about. But for me, it's always about the friendships and relationships that it gets back to.
Absolutely. And I think every day when I think about our team at the Magic for Less, like we're all together because we have these shared values, right? The things that are important to us, the things that we know bring us together. We sort of approach this whole, helping someone with their vacation in the same vein, that we know that it's about the guest experience. We know it's about the relationships that we're building. We know it's about the relationships we have with each other, with our guests, with the partners and suppliers that we work with. It becomes you realize it is such a really cool thing to be a part of, that, like you said, we're a part of some people's best days. Like we get to help people plan some of their best days. And that's a very, very cool, rewarding and humbling experience in so many different ways. And I'm so grateful that we do have a team that is aligned around those same values. Like this is all important to us. Like I will say, it's so funny. There aren't really posts like in our internal workspace where we're like, oh my gosh, this was such like, I did not like doing this for a guest. It took forever and whatever. Like, no, like the posts are all overwhelmingly like, this was so fantastic. I was able to save a guest this much money. I was able to explain how to take this whole lightning lane thing and break it down and explain it. I was able to help them get on that cruise ship. And, after finding an itinerary that worked for them and all those things, those are the things that we all talk about. So it's really, it's so rewarding.
I agree. And I have to give a shout out to one of my guests, Dr. Beck from Iowa. I believe this morning made my morning, is just because he sent me an email just saying, hey, just got to the boardwalk this morning, having a great time already. Thanks for making the trip awesome already. We're having a great time. Gonna head out and have, this is gonna be a great trip. I love the room, love the resort already. Like, just quickly email from his iPhone. Like, Dr. Beck, thank you, because he sent that email. Like, it made my day because I was just getting back into the swing of things from, getting back into the office. And also shout out to one of our great agents over at the Magic for Less, Stacy Wozni, who covered for me while I was recovering because she took care of my guests so well. Now I'm a little nervous. Now I'm back. Don't just go with Stacy, because I know she's probably better than me because she was amazing. I get it. Like, Stacy was probably better than me, but give me some slack here. I'm gonna try to live up to Stacy's expectations. She was great. But if you ever need anybody, Stacy's your person. She's amazing. So Stacy, you were great. I appreciate you so much. Our team is just you can't go wrong. You get Jimmy, you get Ben, you get anybody. I mean, just unreal. Like, I mean, it's just like you're always in good hands. But Stacy took care of my guests while I was just a little loopy there. While I was like, what happened? So Appreciate Stacy. You would not have wanted me that day. I was like coming out swinging apparently. So we're all good. But you're here for listener questions. So yeah, but Sunday night, join us. If you have some kind words about Jeff, we'd love to put that out there to the universe because he deserves that. But let's take a listener question. See if we can remember how to do this, Pam, because it's been a minute since you and I have tried to tackle this. We started this in 2008. It feels like it's been since 2008 since we've done this. We got a question here from Taylor. Hey, BOGP. It says last day planning. Please help me plan our last day at Disney World. My husband and I, plus our 2 kids who are 6 and 8, never been to any of the below options. Breakfast at Ohana, explore the Polynesian, maybe a monorail ride, and get in for drinks at Trader Sam's. Number 2, breakfast at Topolino's, explore the Riviera, Skyliner ride ending up at the boardwalk. Or 3, breakfast at Cape May Cafe, explore the boardwalk area, maybe ice cream and beaches and cream window. Thanks, Taylor. Ooh, they got kids 6 and 8. So would you? Okay, so let's just go with the breakfast options. Well, so you got breakfast at Ohana, Topolino's, or Cape May, and then you're going to explore the adjacent resort, the Polynesian, the Riv, or the boardwalk. And then you got a monorail ride, a Skyliner ride, and then maybe just kind of walk around to do little beaches and cream.
Right.
6 and 8-year-olds too.
I know. I'm just like trying to think of all this. And the other thing about the boardwalk is there's not a ton to do there in the evening. I would say there's definitely more than in the afternoon, late morning. Don't you think? Like there's entertainers out there and whatnot. I mean, you can absolutely rent a Surrey bike. I hope it's not going to be 1,000,000 degrees like it is when we do crap like that, because that's when we always decide to do something dumb like that, right? It's 150.
Yeah, when Paige was little, like Mallory wasn't even around then. After beaches and cream, almost died.
Right? I know. It's like, why? Why do they do that? They shouldn't even be out certain months.
Yes, I mean, that was like pedaling a Volkswagen. I was like 85. Right. And I had already eaten like the patty melt with a bowl of chili.
Disney, do parents a favor. Hide those if it's above 95 degrees, because we don't even need our kids seeing that kind of stuff. Like, put that away. That's not okay.
It's like that. There's like a meme going around that says something like, skiing's a great way to meet people. I met like 3 EMTs, like 2, somebody who like almost met Jesus. That was me that night.
Yeah, right. I know. So that's something just to consider in that space. The other thing though is that whole area, it is worth at least walking through the resorts, don't you think? I mean, the boardwalk's beautiful. The yacht and beach club are both beautiful. That's something to see. You can't use their pools or things like that, but you can walk through the lobby and see that. So that's definitely worth, I think, doing that as well. And the other one is, there was another one that was what, Topolino's?
Yeah, the one is Topolino's, go to the Riv, and then it's Skyliner ride around to the boardwalk. But you know what? Kids can have fun at Trader Sam's.
Like, it is definitely true. Yes.
Sam's. And so breakfast at Ohana is exploring the Poly, though. I mean, is there enough to do there if you can't really swim? And then, because you can monorail ride around, though. And like the monorail is kind of fun to ride around. You go to the Contemporary, check that out, the Grand, and then Trader Sam's, because the kids get a kick out of Traders. I might go with that because I really like breakfast at the Polynesian. That's probably my favorite out of them. I know everybody likes the Topolino's, but I like the Polynesian breakfast.
I know. And I think too, the thing is, there is more stuff to see, because you'd be able to do the monorail, like you said, and you can stop at each one of those. So make it like a fun thing. You can't, like Mike said, take advantage of the pools, but you can absolutely walk the grounds. The Polynesian is right next to the TTC. So you could even take the monorail over to Epcot and back. You could do that loop as well, which I don't know why, even after all these years of going to Disney World, I'm like, oh, the Epcot loop.
You get to the little Epcot preview, right? I mean, it's like you're right inside of Epcot for free.
Yes, you do. It just seems like we never have as much time to be on that loop as we do the other ones. So I love that. The other thing about being in the monorail resort area is, when at the Contemporary, And also from the Magic Kingdom, you can actually take boats to the Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness. Now, there is a ton of construction going on right now near the Fort Wilderness area because they are building that Lakeshore Lodge, that huge behemoth property over there. So that's something to see. And of course, the fort always has things to do there. But I think that's another plus for that area too. The only thing I would be hesitant on is, are your kids going to be near those theme parks and be like, yeah, why aren't we going in that park today?
True. Yeah.
But I mean, you know what kind of parent you are. Are you the kind of parent that's like, hey, we aren't doing this today, but you know, whatever.
No, we're not.
Yes.
I mean, you can go up there, let's but
Right. Exactly. So that's my only hesitation. But again, it's the cool thing about it is there's no bad choice in that group. So no matter what you choose.
Yeah, there's no bad choice. But I think breakfast at Ohana is clear. Yeah. So. And speaking of another one of our great agents, the Magic for Less, Max is there. And he says, aren't we all just big kids? Yes, that's exact. I mean,
yes. Who's going to have the harder time not going to the Magic Kingdom? You or the kids?
For real, I know. Seriously, I know, because they have all the good snacks. I mean, they have good snacks outside because, like, you have the fake confectionery at the Contemporary, like in that.
Yes, you do.
BVG or like what is it? Is that what BVG? I can never get the 3 letters right for the gift shop.
Yeah, I think so.
BVG. It's got the fake Contemporary, the fake confectionery. See, I can't even say it right now, but it's good.
Anyway. It does, yes. And the Polynesian, I think, has great shopping. Don't you think? It's some of the best shopping on property.
But yeah, bring your American Express. Don't leave home without it.
Remember when that was the official card?
You got the white glove treatment.
The white glove, yes, exactly.
We're old. Okay, we got a 5-year-old boy celebration question. It says, my wife and I are planning a Walt Disney World trip this June for our son who is 5 and starting kindergarten in August. We'd like to build the trip around one special defining experience, something that feels like a true milestone moment and becomes the thing he remembers for his kindergarten celebration. Since we go to Disney a lot with them, it would be something we don't do again or often that would be extra special. Our 3-year-old will be with us too, but we'd love to make this experience especially meaningful for our oldest. That's how my brain works. Like the 3-year-old's going to be with us, but we don't want to make this about him or her.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Okay. For many girls, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique is an obvious choice, but I'm curious if there are any equivalent experiences either at Disney World or elsewhere in Orlando that you would consider uniquely memorable for a boy his age. We're especially interested in immersive experiences or hidden gems that most guests might overlook. I wish the droid or lightsaber experiences were a fit, but he's not into Star Wars yet. If anything comes to mind as a standout experience for his age, I'd really value your recommendations. Thanks for all the fun shows you guys continue to produce. Thanks, Keenan.
I know the Star Wars stuff was going to be my suggestion.
Oh,
start showing movies now. You have time.
Yeah, dude. The force is with you.
Right? Exactly.
What can we do?
There are lots of things you can do. So, some of the things are fishing excursions, right? Yes. If he happens to be into that. And I mean, I don't say just because it's a fishing excursion, I don't automatically assume that he's going to be into it. Both we've had girls though experience them too.
Mark knows I'm not even into fishing, but I've had a blast out there fishing. It's actually
right?
fun being on a boat. Yeah. That's fun.
I'm trying to think what else. There is
the fireworks cruises. I mean,
yeah, that's
like a family thing. I mean, it is, but I mean, it's cool to be out there on a pontoon during the fireworks. That'd be cool.
No, absolutely. There is. How about Cirque du Soleil over at Disney Springs? I mean, I know that the kids are young, but I think it's one of those shows that really keeps you entertained the whole time. And I think, absolutely you're in Walt Disney World. So that's something that you can do. They know the kids are going to be there. So it's not like you have to worry that much about it. And I think too, even just doing something like having your child plan the day. So if you say, guess what? You get to plan what we're doing today, and the family's going to go along. There are going to be no complaints, and we're going to do what you want to do. I think that in itself can be really something that a kid really remembers, because I think, first of all, I think it's very interesting what kids choose to do when given that opportunity, right? When you're like, okay, here's your bird bound book for kids, right? Look through it, tell us what you want to do, and plan your day. And I think it's cool, the things that they come up with, and they may absolutely surprise you. But I think looking back on it, that would have been something that Hannah was completely all over for sure.
Do you go, okay, now if they really want to go far, like all the way with this, do you go VIP tour guide for one day?
If you have the inclination to pay for that, I think it's a fun thing. I mean, I think that that's something that everyone remembers, right? That you get to do that. It is very special access to different things. There's a few different VIP tour options for which you can look at. But yeah, that's a big birthday celebration. In fact, you know, when your child grows up, their spouse is going to have a hard time planning a birthday.
You gotta watch it, because I mean, dude, because it's like, well, what do I get when I get like my 6th grade graduation?
Right.
Like 8th grade. And I mean, Lord help you when it's like high school graduation, you're done.
Right. You're like, here's a card and a gift card. It's kind of a letdown.
It's like I got Pam the veranda for our honeymoon. Like, you can never go back.
No, you can't go back once you do the veranda.
Yeah, you gotta take baby. You can't go big early. Like, your life. Be careful. Be careful. I'm just saying. All right, we got a question. Now this says it's urgent, relatively speaking, in the Disneyverse, and I think it is, because again, I was out for a little bit, so these were coming in and piling up while I was, in the hospital.
Convalescing.
Convalescing with the Waltons, Little House on the Prairie. All right, Anna says, "Hey, Mike and BOGP crew, my sister and I are taking our 4 kids to Disney World for spring break in just 2 weeks, and we're going to arrive on March 6th. No, whoa, this is urgent. We're right here.
It is. We're butting up against the deadline.
They're packing the car right now. We're starting in the parks that Saturday, so tomorrow, and for the next 5 days have park hopper tickets. Day 2, Sunday, we're planning on rope dropping Animal Kingdom and then likely hopping to Epcot. I'm wondering if we should book our lightning lanes for that day in Animal Kingdom, and then after we burn through our morning selection, start stacking for the evening, or if we should skip the lightning lanes for Animal Kingdom altogether and stack in Epcot from the get-go. Which strategy would you take if you were in our shoes? Bonus factor to take into consideration: we will spring forward for daylight savings time that Sunday, so I'm anticipating that crowds that Sunday may be a little lower in the morning as a result. Less urgent question: is it selfish or selfless to leave our husbands at home for this trip? Anna. Oh, she said best wishes on your recovery, by the way, in a follow-up email the next day. Okay, so first of all, let's tackle the second part first. Yes. Will daylight savings, because springing forward, everybody's going to lose 8. So this weekend on Sunday, everybody is losing that hour of, and thank God this is not a race weekend. When this happens on a race weekend, it totally throws everybody for a loop, because you're like, oh my God, because you get up at like 2:30 in the morning, right as the clocks change. You're like, the bus is going to be leaving like
2:30.
Now? Like, when does that hour disappear? Or when does that hour appear? Like, oh crap. Like, when do I get on the bus? Like, when does the universe change?
Exactly.
It always happened like during Wine and Dine. You know, I'd always be like, oh my God, I can't figure out when the universe actually disappears or reappears. It always messed me up on a race weekend. Thank God for that. So do you think that affects like Sunday morning? Will people not be there early? What do you think on that?
I guess I imagine there's a huge percentage of people who thought that they were going to wake up early and did not. I will just say they're waking up earlier than they thought they were, but it's actually later than they thought it was. So that might impact it a little, probably not a ton, but to some degree.
Is it okay to leave the husbands at home?
Yes, I get my stamp of approval is there. You do get to do that. So, yes.
Okay, back to the matter at hand.
I
Okay, so
know.
what about the stacking? So going with the lightning lanes later in the day, stacking them for Animal
I
Kingdom, or just
know.
blowing them all early at Epcot?
So here's something else I want to add into the mix, and Mike, you can comment on this as well. I recently we went into Animal Kingdom in the afternoon, right? The later afternoon. I will tell you, the times for everything were much lower. Now, you have to be careful because there are certain things that have earlier closing hours than the park. For instance, the safari and some of the trails and things like that. But I almost wonder if it would be good to do Epcot, use your lightning lanes there through the chunk of the day. Then in the later afternoon, go over to Animal Kingdom. Make sure you're there in time to do the safari and the trails and some of the other things. But then the lines are going to be down so low, and you can either use lightning lanes there at Animal Kingdom or schedule them for an Epcot later after the Animal Kingdom closes again. I don't know. I know that that's bouncing around a little bit, but I'm going to tell you that the lines in the Animal Kingdom in the afternoon are so much smaller, we have found, than other things. So that's just a possibility. I don't know. You tell me what you think
Well,
about
I
it.
agree with you, because most people go to the Animal Kingdom first thing in the morning and they're bouncing after lunch. I mean,
Yes.
it's like the crowds are gone, say,
Yes.
from 12:30 on. And
Yes.
so, yeah, I agree with that. I mean,
S-
yeah, I would agree with that strategy. Like, use them in the morning at Epcot, and then maybe use them later in the evening at Epcot again. You know what I
Right.
mean? Just
Exactly.
standby in the afternoon at Animal Kingdom. You're going to have to do more maneuvering, but you're going to probably get better use. That's a good strategy. I mean, it's kind of a convoluted strategy. It's
It
like
is.
but you're going to get kind of more bang for your buck, probably.
These are the hacks that people pay big bucks for,
Yeah,
people.
this is like such a clickbaity kind of article thing.
I know it is.
I feel like I got to take a shower after offering this up. Are we inside the magic all of a sudden? No, we're not.
You need to come up with a good name for this
because
podcast.
of how Animal Kingdom is right now. Like, because you don't have a Dino Land, you don't have a lot going on, and people are going to get everything done that they want to get done probably by 12:30 if you get there first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
So if you go later, you're going to not be encountering 50, 60, 70% of the people. So you're going to have lower wait times. It's just logistics.
So this podcast has to be called The Hack for Animal Kingdom You Never Knew, or something, something like that.
Pull the plug first. No.
I know, but yeah, I think that it is a good approach. And this is absolutely why everyone, when we do the podcast, all of us feel the same way. We have to have park hoppers. And this is exactly the reason why. Honestly, Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, I always have to pair that with another park. It's just not that there's not enough to do there for the whole day. I think, though, I accomplished so much and I'm ready to bounce to another park. And I know that, that is part of the deal. The other thing is with Epcot, I think you run into some challenges with Lightning Lane, because there's a few things that are always, it's going to be challenging to get your Lightning Lanes to use for all three, right? Remy, of course, Frozen, and Test Track. The Test Track, again, Test Track, we saw consistently long lines throughout the times that we were there. It just, it was recently redone, and 2 thumbs up on the redo, by the way. I think it was done very well. And I think that's a part of it that's challenging with that. When you're looking at your, when you're looking at Animal Kingdom, people tend to use them for, well, the Navi River, right? That's one that you would get. a lot of bang for your buck, because for some reason, and I'm not knocking it, but every time I walk by and I see like the 75 or 85-minute wait, I'm like, what is happening here? Like, I just don't understand it.
I love that ride.
I do too.
It's super short, but I can't do Flight of Passage. It makes me want to hurl. Like,
Right.
but I something about that little ride is so cute. Like, I want to, I think what it is, I want to do something in Pandora, and that's the only offering. Like, there's two things to do. I mean, either hurl on Flight of Passage or stand in that long line for
right.
Navi, and I do, and like I just like to look up and see the frogs, hop over my head, like
those little wisps,
shaman, like, oh, like it's dude, exactly. I don't know.
I know.
You're like,
I know.
You're making fun of me. What are you doing? It's me.
I know. So, I mean, just lots of things to factor into it. But let's just say we're going to go with your original intention, right? To to be at Animal Kingdom first thing in the morning and then bump over to Epcot.
Yeah.
I am not sure what I would do.
No, and the one consideration, like David says here on Facebook, is tuned in. The animals are more active in the morning. So that's kind of what you could give up for the safari. But I mean, you are going to have to give something there. I mean, but I mean, who can say the lions aren't,
that's the thing. It's so hard to predict. We did one.
It's a cloudy day or something. I mean, you never know.
It is. We did one in the late afternoon where I'm like, oh, the animals, they're like all going to be whatever. No, we saw just about every single animal. So I was like, okay, shut my mouth. I mean, what do I know about animals? I've only been on this ride like 8 million times. I feel like I could do it with the driver, but yes. I know yes, generally speaking, the mornings are typically when they're going to be more active. Although sometimes in the afternoon, they're by the spots where they're going to go in soon. And they're like, we're here. We're here waiting to get in.
Is the steak ready?
Right.
Medium's rare.
So yeah, for sure. But I think that's a great thing about having the hopper. You have the options to do everything. And you know what? It can be a last minute decision when you see the times available when you go to make your Lightning Lane reservations as well, too. So
I think the thing that's sleeper in the email was that they're going with 4 kids over spring break. God help you. Have fun. It's good.
Well, it's better than being at home with 4 kids over spring break.
It's going to be, well, I mean, they don't have the husbands, like what do the husbands do? The husbands are back home playing golf,
Maybe they're doing other stuff.
Yeah, they're probably doing the honeydew list. I don't know what they're doing. We deserve a follow-up email when you get back.
Yes,
please.
We want to know,
because that's the whole thing is we've been answering these questions for like 18 years now.
I know.
We need resolution. We need follow-up. It's like the Titanic movie. We need
yes. Tell us what happened,
please.
That needs to be, maybe that should be another show where here's the results.
Yes, maybe, I don't know, possibly. Okay, let's do one more question before we get out of here for the weekend. It's from Aaron. Hey, Mike and BOGP crew, thanks for always filling my week with content. Not always great, but we give you content. Here we go. You guys are the best. I love listening, and I have 2 questions about our family's upcoming spring break trip. We'll be arriving Friday, April 3rd and staying through Wednesday, April 8th, leaving on the 9th. We have 2 park day tickets with park hoppers and plan to go hard at the parks these 2 days. The rest of the time are going to be resort relaxing time for myself, my wife, and my 2 daughters. My first question is, since we're going to be around for the Easter holiday, is there any downside, or do you find the parks to be any more crowded on Easter Day rather than any other day? I assume it'll be crowded either way since it's going to be spring break. The current plan is to do Easter Sunday the 5th at Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Then we would have a break day in between and do Animal Kingdom and the Magic Kingdom on Tuesday the 7th. I'm driving, so arrival day the 3rd is not an option, and my wife is attending a pin event on Saturday the 4th. We could shift the park days to the 6th and the 8th to avoid Easter in the parks, but I will be driving home the next day and don't want to be too exhausted. Just wondering if spending Easter Day in the parks will be a bad decision. Second question is about Saturday, April the 4th. As mentioned above, my wife is attending a pin event that day, so my daughters, ages 11 and 8, and I will have the day to hang out. Besides pool time, Is there anything specific you would recommend that I could do with my daughters outside of the park? We've been to Disney many times, so looking for something a little different than pool time or Disney Springs. Thanks, Aaron from Cleveland, home of the Browns, my adopted football team now, thanks to Sean. All right, so first of all, Easter, not really a huge impact on the crowds in the park.
I know. No, it's just going to be generally busy because of spring break time and, of course, Easter time because so many people. But I don't know that you can point to Easter Sunday and say this is going to be that much more crowded. In fact, if you go early, you may get like some of the locals who are in church at that point in time. They won't be attending that. Maybe they might come later in the day. But, as you know, we always advise if you can get there early. It's worth it. Period. That's the end of the sentence.
Yeah, he said they're going to do on Easter Sunday, possibly Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Now, this could totally throw a wrench in his plans. Do they still do the thing with what do they call it? The Azalea ladies or something? That parade on Easter Sunday at the Magic Kingdom?
I'm not sure. I feel like they do.
They're called the Azalea somebodies. They're from Alabama or something. I could be totally making this up. I could still be on oxycodone. I don't know. But I want to say there's something with that.
There is an Easter parade usually that day.
Yeah. And I know they're Azalea something or others. They're like in those big poofy dresses.
Mr. and Mrs. Bunny are usually there. I'm looking at that. So.
Yeah. And they give out Cadbury eggs to all the good kids. No, they don't. I just made that up. No.
Yeah, I'm like, oh dang! There's going to be people who are like, "Where's my Cadbury egg?"
Made that up.
So you're avoiding Magic Kingdom, so that's a good thing. Yeah. I think Epcot's always the best park to be to when it's going to be really crowded, anyways. Yeah. So that's a good thing for sure.
Yep. And so as far as the 11 and 8-year-olds, I would go play. And again, I like this. I would go over and do Winter Summerland putt-putt.
Oh, yeah.
So fun over at Blizzard Beach.
It is. Yeah, I agree. They're so themed, those ones. They do take some level of skill and probably a healthy dose of luck.
No, it's
in
more
that space. I know.
There's some skill. Yeah,
there is some skill for sure. Yeah. But yeah, they're both, and actually I think there's a discount if you end up doing both courses. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah.
And the other thing is if you've booked a package, sometimes there is mini golf included with that. So that's something to think about too.
And it's usually before 4:00, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah, they want you there before it gets busy.
Early.
So if you have a package, check that out. But I like to, what we've done there, so that would be the Blizzard Beach, the Winter Summerland is over at Blizzard Beach, but you could also do Fantasia Gardens, which is over by the Swan and the Dolphin. And we've paired that with like going to the fountain, which is kind of like Beaches and Cream, but it's inside the Swan.
I don't know. One of them.
One of the two. It's not in the one.
They're right there.
But it's a good little place, and like they have a great peanut butter and jelly shake and like a smash burger. It's like Beaches and Cream, and so like you could pair that with a little mini golf and a little like 50s diner experience. That'd be a good afternoon.
Yeah, I agree. That sounds like fun. I know it's funny. Like one of the biggest questions we get is what can we do outside the parks? And I think that's it's a great question. And the other thing is check your resorts. There are so many resorts that have resort activities. I mean, we all know they have things by the pool, but there are other things that people do. Some resorts have painting, some resorts have tile classes, some resorts have other craft things that you can make and do. Some of them you have to pay a nominal price for, but they're really cool activities and they're ceramics and things like that. So you might want to consider something like that. Now that we can actually see the resort activities before you get there, Disney had made that change recently. That there's on the page for that particular resort website, you can actually see the resort activity calendar. Why it took 25 years for that to happen, I'm not really sure. Maybe someone just got a new scanner and they figured out how to put them up there. I'm not sure.
Technology's hard.
Maybe someone was like, hey, I have a phone and I can take a picture of this and we can put it online. And someone else was like, hot dang, we're doing it.
They figured out the whole intern thing. Hey,
like Silas, who's actually an intern from high school, has showed us how to do this. So.
You know what? We just got to put this thing on the flatbed thing. Epson. Hey, put that on the web.
But it is such a huge, it's like a leap in terms of things that you're able to see in advance. It really is. We all wanted to know what was going on at our resort before we got there, and now we can. What a time to be be huh?
Dude, don't say that too loud. It is. Don't say we live in interesting times, because no, we'll wake up to tomorrow. So, yeah, I thought just winning the hockey tournament was something. Who knows? All right, and I'm glad to be back. Everybody's being so kind in the chat. I'm so glad everybody's glad that we're back, because we love doing this show. I mean, this is like I've always said, this is like my golf. This is my fun times, and I'm just so glad you stuck with us. And we were able to record those shows ahead of time, so if you didn't know better, hopefully you didn't even know we were gone. But we're here again, so I'm super happy, and thank you for always supporting us. And so here's the deal, though. Let me give you a little behind the scenes. We need to restock the listener questions. So if you have a question about an upcoming trip, a cruise, something like that, Mike at beourguestpodcast.com. Shoot that to us, put listener questions in the header, and we'll get those ready, because we'll need them for next Tuesday. We're recording next Tuesday, not Monday, because Mallory's got her final cheer banquet. Oh my gosh, it's breaking my heart. High school cheer. It's final cheer event all over. So we're recording Tuesday next week, not Monday. So if you want to be with us as we record live, please join us. But it'll be Tuesday night, not Monday night. But get those in. Mike at beourguestpodcast.com. We'll need listener questions for that, so send those in. But we're going to be back on pace and on schedule for that. So we are back, baby. And Sunday night, we'll have a live call-in show. But we're dedicating that one to Jeff Galloway memory. So if you have a question or a story, or anything you'd like to share about Jeff impacting your life with your running, your walking, your personal fitness journey, please share that with us on Sunday night. That'll be at 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central. Give us a call. We'll be live on all the places: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. So give us a call there. All right, we're wrapping this one up. Don't forget, shows always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We are standing by to help you plan an amazing Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, even Adventures by Disney vacations. The best part, no additional cost to you. We just do all the work for you. You get all the benefits, and we just say thank you for allowing us to do that for you. You get all the services, and we go after those discounts for you. We could save you some money and give you some Disney gift cards, sometimes onboard credits with the cruises. I'll tell you what, Scotty G's getting on a cruise right now. Not that I'm jealous, but he's going out to sea. He's actually visiting Catalina Island on this cruise. Pam, have you ever been to Catalina Island?
I have. Yes, I have. And
it's like Mackinac Island a little bit to me. Like he's going to rent a golf cart and all that.
It's a cool, I think, little California destination. I think that there's, it's a back to nature kind of thing. And yeah, they'll enjoy it for sure.
I love hearing stuff like that, because you don't think about, when you think of Disney cruises, I think everybody thinks of like the Bahamas and
right.
You think like Tortola or, like Jamaica, stuff like that. But, he's going to Catalina Island. So you can go to those places. You can go to the Med. You can go to all these cool places, Bermuda sometimes. And Disney Cruise Line will get you there. So if you want to go to these other places in the world, hey, we can do that. So come on over to themagicforless.com, fill out the quote form. We'll take care of you right from there. And we'll make it fun. The planning is half the fun too. So let's do that. So come over to themagicforless.com, support a small business, and let's have fun in the planning as well. Also, don't forget, we have our Amazon affiliate link that supports us as well with every purchase. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon, and support us on Patreon too. It's $5 a month. That really keeps the lights on here with the podcast. We'll get those Mike in the Midwest episodes going this week as well. Thanks for your patience while I was out of the basement. Couldn't get down the steps there for a couple of weeks. But we'll get those going and the stories flowing again. So patreon.com/beourguestpodcast to support us over there. Thanks to everybody who does that. And you can follow me on the social media, Be Our Guest Mike. That's Instagram, x.com, and Threads. And again, Sunday night, we'll have the live call-in show dedicated to Jeff Galloway. So give us those stories as well. Pam is at TMFLT Pam. So give her a follow as well on all the social media too. All right, time to jump out of here. We'll be back again Tuesday. I'm trying to think. So we have the Monday show recorded already. and then we'll record next week. So I know I'm out of sorts.
You're like, get out your whiteboard.
I know I didn't even use the whiteboard for years, but I need it again. But we're back, baby, and we're going to have fun. So we'll be back next week with more shows. So until then, you guys have a great weekend. So stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Almost got there. We got a show. We got a show.
Boom.
We got it.
Did a show. It was a good one.
Good.
Back in the saddle, as they say.
Kinda. Yeah, kinda. We got there. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you doing this afternoon.
No problem. No problem. All right. Awesome. So, yeah, let us know about next week, Tuesday.
I will. Tuesday afternoonish.
Sounds good.
I'll see you.
Okay. Bye.
Hey. All right.
All right. Bye.